Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Becca and today I am reacting to your assumptions about me. So this has been going around a lot and I wasn't really going to do it because when I put things out on Twitter, I don't tend to get a whole lot of feedback. So I was really stuck for video ideas last week. So I tweeted and was like, anybody got anything they want me to film? Nobody suggested this, but then I thought while I'm doing that, I may as well just put it out there. Does anybody have any assumptions? And I have a reasonable amount. Like we have 15 to 20 and that is enough to make a video out of. So today I am essentially just going to be reading your assumptions and letting you know whether they are accurate or not. So if you guys want to be involved in anything like this in the future, then I would highly recommend following me on Twitter. I am very active on Twitter, but if anything like this does crop up, I do put it on Twitter. So if you want to be involved, then please follow me on there. Okay, so we are just gonna get into it. And Nicole says you were really good at sport at school. I don't know, I'm getting netball vibes. No, I was not. This also applies to Jenny, who said you used to play netball or hockey at school. No, I really did not. I do think there is another sports related one here. There we go. Shell says you used to be in a team sport. Once again, no, I did not. So being physically active is something that is reasonably new to me. I do go to the gym, I do yoga, I cycle almost every day with my dog, like 5 out of 7 days a week. I take her for like a 2.5 mile cycle trip, and I do enjoy spin class, but my gym is closed for refurbishment at the moment. I don't like sport in general. I don't like team sports. I don't understand the hype. I don't understand why people like watching it. If you like watching sport and participating in sport, then that's okay. I just really don't understand it, but then you have to kind of know about me. Teams in general and anything to do with teams and working in groups is not my thing. I'm that person who hates working in groups and any group work at school, college or uni. I couldn't stand. I'm very much a lone wolf. Rachel said you make fun of your friends to show how much you love them. This is true. If I'm incredibly mean to you, it means that I like you. It's just my personality. I know it's not great. You pretend to be a fuckboy, but really you're a soft boy. If I agree, am I exposing myself? I don't appreciate people who act real sassy but then won't follow through on it. So in that aspect, I am a fuckboy, but I am also not as unaffected as people think I am by things. If somebody is mean to me and they're somebody I care about, or if somebody is mean to me in a very unprovoked way, it can really upset me. It also depends on my mood for the day. A lot of the time I can be pretty unaffected. So I am both a fuckboy and a soft boy, I guess. Zoe says, you live in a teeny room filled with thousands of candles where your boss ass is busy as fuck filling your fab shop. That is really hard to say. You're only allowed out for 10-minute food breaks and a meerkat is on your head. No, I do have a room filled with not quite thousands of candles, but the spare room, it's that room, not that that means anything to you, is my like study area where I package all my candles, and when I've made them they go into there. So I do have a room filled with a substantial amount of candles, and I have been known to have a meerkat on my head in the past, but not as a rule, no. And so we also said you have to finish a series, you never start and leave the odd few books for another time. Now, before I joined BookTube, the way that I used to read is I used to read a book in a series, a standalone, next book in that series, a standalone, the next book in that series until I had finished the series, and then I would start a new one. However, since starting BookTube, I won't say that there's a lot of pressure to read certain books, but I am very much challenge based. I love readathons. I'm doing Bookopoly, so that doesn't always mean that I can continue a series. There's also things like read-alongs going on that I want to take part in, and so now it is more I will read a book in whatever series I am pursuing at that time. I'll try and read like one a month. That being said, I have over 20 series open and it is killing me because I am a completionist and I want to be this person that finishes series, and I always was. And now it seems I'm not. The beautiful Madison Mary says, you prefer the aisle seat in planes. Incorrect, I like the window. You always try to do your homework in school like a good student. I am offended. I did not try to do my homework, I did my homework. But it also stressed you the fuck out. I was never stressed by schoolwork, only when I got to uni, because I don't work well with extended guidelines. Like when you're at uni, you will start the term and you'll get an assignment that's due in 2 months. I don't work well with deadlines like that. I work with, you need to have this done in a week. So I started to get really stressed in uni, but throughout school and college, I was fine. Like, homework was my thing. You are content spending a day in the park relaxing as opposed to group gatherings. That is true. Unless I know people very well, I don't like to have group events. I like it to be like a one-on-one kind of thing. That is because I don't like to insert myself into conversations. I don't like to talk over people. If I don't have anything to add, I won't add it. And also, conversationally and socially, if you don't approach me, then I won't talk to you because I feel like I'm being intrusive. So any sort of group situations, not for me. Group interviews for jobs, I hate because everyone shouts over each other and I just can't do that. And spending a day relaxing in the park, I'm very much like a sun ho. As soon as it's sunny, I am out in the garden getting a tan with a book. So yes, yes indeed. Rachel said, you like chocolate a lot. Yeah. Maybe not a lot, but I do enjoy chocolate. I tend to have like chocolate moods though, like I don't constantly eat chocolate like every day, but sometimes like I really need some chocolate. Gavin said, you can be quite shy and reserved in large groups. True. You get judged by other people a lot, and as much as you try to not let it, sometimes it does affect you. Yes, I've been discussing this a lot with my friends recently. Everybody who meets me, or like most people who meet me, seem to be either intimidated by me, scared of me, or think I'm a bitch. Depending on what kind of people they are, they may not try to talk to me, or I may not talk to them, and then they'll just continue to think that. And there has been times in the past where people have believed things about me that they have just deemed to be true when they're not true. And that's the thing that gets to me when people are assuming horrible things about me that aren't true. If you want to say nasty things about me and they are kind of somewhat true, then it doesn't affect me as much as if you're making up this fictionalized idea of what a horrible person I am. You're willing to bend over backwards to help someone even if you don't know them that well. Yes and no. Yes, I am willing to bend myself over backwards for people, but only people that I know. I can be quite antisocial. If you are my friend, I will defend you with my life. If you're not my friend, then I'm much more like reserved. Number 4, you're amazing. Well, yes, I am, darling. Ashley says you fall into reading slumps fairly often. No, I do not. I force myself to read. I don't slump. There will be periods where I'm not enjoying things that I'm reading, like the end of April was iffy, but I don't fall into a reading slump where I don't read for a week. Like, I continue to read regardless of how I'm feeling about books, and I find that that gets me out of it a lot quicker. You want to travel more and like going on short trips away when possible. Yes, I really like traveling. I don't like traveling around the UK all that much because there's not that many exciting places to go, but I do like to travel. I'm going to Rome in August. I've been to quite a few cities in Europe and a couple of places in the US, and I definitely want to travel more in the future. Naomi says, you're a dog person. Yes, I am. However, the older I get, the more I think that cats are really majestic. And 2, you like soup. I don't like soup. There's something about liquid food that really creeps me out. Kevin says, you eat Magnum ice creams by biting off the chocolate first. And Rachel replied to that and said, if you do number 1, Becca, we can't be friends. I kind of bite the chocolate off before I eat a Magnum. I bite the top bit off and then I'll bite it as I go. So I bite the chocolate before I eat the ice cream, but I don't take all of the chocolate off and then eat the ice cream because the chocolate's the best bit, so I want to save some of it. 2, you won't buy an ugly cover of a book / will always get the nice edition instead. If I find a book in a charity shop, I will buy the ugly cover if I really want to read it. A perfect example, the mass market paperback of Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I really want to read this, so I have the ugly cover. However, if I do enjoy this book, I will pay full price to replace this with the nice edition. 3, big books don't intimidate you. Big books don't actually intimidate me all that much. I've realized over the last month that I thrive a lot more when I'm reading big books and I slump a lot more when I'm reading small ones. I don't know why, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I really like big books, especially because a lot of epic fantasy stories are huge, and if I really like that world, then I want as much of it as possible. I would rather have a much bigger book. If you ever had twin boys, you would name them Fred and George. No, I would name them Noah and Ezra. We'll fight for friends. We'll 100% fight for friends. And for the last couple, I assume that when hanging out with friends, you would rather have a chill night in than go out to pubs and bars. I was a big drinker and a big partier, but now I live in the middle of nowhere where the cost of a taxi to the nearest town where I could go to pubs and bars costs more than a whole night out used to cost me, and so now I would much rather stay in, and I'm a homebody. I like to be at home. I like to have my own things surrounding me. So yeah, that's accurate. And the last one, I also assume you prefer sweet snacks over salty ones. I don't know why. No, I love savory food. I would have a savory snack over a sweet snack any day. I do like to have a little something sweet after my dinner, but then if I get a snack, it's like cheese and crackers and not a chocolate bar. Okay, so that just about does it for the things that you guys assume about me. Please don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you want to. If you head into my description box, you'll find a link to my Goodreads, Instagram and Twitter if you'd like to follow me on any of those, as well as a link to my Bookish body butter and candle website, the Instagram for that, and 10% off discount code. But that's it from me today, guys. Bye!
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you'll go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.